Thank you, Stephanie. Appreciate all of you allowing me to speak to you and the invitation. I got here in about 2 hours and 45 minutes, so I live over in western Ohio. It's kind of off the I-75 corridor between Dayton and Lima. It's a small town called Fort Laramie, Ohio. We got 3,000 people, mostly German Catholic farmers that left Germany before the World War, the conflicts, 1 and 2, because they wanted their freedom. They left Bremenhaven in the 1830s, and our family, I guess it's in our blood. We were first families to settle in Shelby County. The county seat over there is Sidney, but my name ended up being the most popular name in the county's voter records, registered voters, which might be a reason I'm the state representative from there. I think name ID's a big deal in politics. But we're a family of entrepreneurs, pretty large families, and being over in western Ohio, there's really no crime, and I'm very proud of that. So it's not the Wild West, but we do have our own rules over there. It's so I call it the Mild West. And when I say rules, it's, we really don't appreciate government's help sometimes. They don't really solve much. Creates all the administrative burdens. I think if you have a society and a community and a town that appreciates each other and the pride that they have and their heritage, and what I always tell my son, he's a teenager, he's 16, his name's Alex, your last name is your legacy, and you got to take it serious, because I benefited from my last name, as I described. None of us did anything great or spectacular or invented any patents or anything, but we always ran an honest business and conducted ourselves to have people at least respect us. So that's how I raised my son, is you got a legacy that's called your last name, so don't embarrass it. With that said, I was part of my dad was part of a family business that had five brothers total and his baby sister. So he taught me that you have to get along, but you don't have to stand down. So some of our family business board meetings were quite heated and quite interesting. But at the end of the day, with that many people involved, you have to find what's right, and then the common ground to go forward with that. So. The family business never made it to the third generation, but I'm very proud that everybody gets along and still loves each other. And the reason we couldn't get it, we had, my grandma had 14 grandsons before she had a granddaughter, so we had too many boys in a construction, concrete, ready-mix style business. So we did that, and then I went off on my way, and that helped me. Basically, I always wanted to be a business person, because that's what my dad and my uncles all did. With that family business, everybody had a business on the side that was outside of the family business, because they had to make ends meet. Our family was one of the smallest with 4 siblings, but I got uncles with 7, 6, and 5, and also 4 siblings. So you just always found a way to make it happen and to do it. So I started my own business and eventually called it Business Partners, and I got into the health insurance field, and that's when I started learning how broken that part of our economy was. It's 20% of our economy for the country, for the state. It's pretty common and pretty consistent around the country in all states. So when Obamacare was coming through, I really got activated into the political sphere, and I joined my association. We went to DC to fight that. When we lost that battle and it was implemented at the state level, we were there to fight that and at least have the implementation go as friendly as possible. So I became our ledge director of our political action committee of my industry group, ran for the Ohio House in 2018 and lost by 15 points to a Democrat in suburban Westerville. I ended up living there after my college career, and our family business wasn't going to be my future. My son was in the Westerville schools, and it was a kind of a horrible experience for him. And I did the ultimate school choice. After I lost that, and the following year he was struggling more in school, I just picked up and I went home. And I always tell him, I said, whatever you do in life, and I tell folks that will listen, that make sure you don't do something in life to where you can't go home. So we just packed up, sold everything, and I moved the hour and a half back home to that small town I grew up in. And it's been the best thing ever, because we got the values. That school today is the 6th rated school in Ohio. When I moved there, it was 10th. And I I think it's because of the teachers and the school administration, all that, but it's also because it's the parents. The parents are very involved. Our extracurricular school activity level is, I think every kid except for 10 or 20% of them are doing something. So we keep these little young Americans busy. We keep them engaged. An idle mind is a potential spoiled mind, so we want to make sure we do that. I was a chaperone to DC with this 8th grade class a couple years ago. We went into the gift shop next to the U.S. Treasury down from the White House, and these little twerps ended up buying them all out of Let's Go Brandon gear, so that's how they're going around DC the next couple days. So my point is, after I got home, there was a redrawing of the district maps, and I had some opportunities to run again. I had some connections to get to Columbus to represent my district, which ended up being all of Shelby County, all of Champaign County, which is Urbana. Jim Jordan is my congressman, and I'm his state rep, so that's that kind of area over there. And I have half of Logan County. It's split. That's the biggest town over there is Bell Fountain. But my passion and why I ran is my conservative values, which I align with many of my colleagues and all of you in this room probably. But I had just 30 years of expertise in the healthcare field, and I just knew the system was broke, and especially after COVID, we really found out how potentially corrupt it was, and the decisions made within it, and how it could engulf many of us with that tyranny it rained down. So that's what I ran for, and the first bill that I got involved in, literally, it was dropped the first month I was there as a freshman, was hospital price transparency. There was one bill that was passed in the country at the time. It was out of Colorado. It actually was remarkably a bipartisan bill, and the minority House leader was a Republican named Patrick Neville, and he was working in a movement to get this transparency put in and implemented across the country. So we had a lot of help running that bill, and it was a 2-year fight. I risked my political career probably towards the end of that lame duck session to get that bill through, and we did. Starting April 3rd next week, it takes 90 days after a bill is signed by the governor to be implemented. You will have prices at hospitals that have to be posted in dollars and cents. So Ohio will be the first state to have that. So it'll be something they have to file and post, and you're going to see the IT and technology parts of our economy start grabbing this data and start posting it. And I'm interested to see what it exactly looks like, but I anticipate it looking like an Expedia for healthcare. There are lots of quality measures that are already out there through our some of these programs aren't perfect, I fully admit it, through our Medicare program and some of our insurer database data that's out there. So we can start connecting price with quality, which will predict outcomes. And you'll see, in my vision of this is the entire health insurance platform is going to have to change, because you all can be true consumers. Before you could act like a consumer, you might have thought you were, but you really didn't have information to be a true consumer. That's nothing against anybody in this room, it's just supposed reality. But I'm continuing to fight with that. One of my amendments in the budget I submitted is called the right to shop. So if you find a better price for your coverage, your health plan will have to use that posted cash price and give you credit into your deductible and your out-of-pockets for your health plan. I don't know what's going to get in there. If it doesn't, I'm going to put it back in round 2 and fight for it a bit. Not a bit, a lot, but I'm going to drop it as a bill after the budget process is done and try to run it that way. So that hospital price transparency piece was just putting the light on it. Now we got to start putting the tools towards it. But one more minute, Seth? All right. But that's basically kind of why I got to Columbus, where I came from. And the next step here, and with my colleague you'll be hearing from shortly probably, is Jennifer Gross and I started the MAHA Caucus, the Make America Healthy Caucus. Stephanie's group's definitely a big supporter of that, going to be helping us. But we're just getting our membership done. Our secretary, DJ Swearingen, is going to be one of the speakers. He's our lawyer. We got our bylaws ready to go. So we're going to start taking issues that you all probably support and start putting a block of voters in the Ohio House, put a little oomph behind it, try to get some stuff passed for us all. But thank you very much. Tim Barhorst, District 85, Ohio House. Thank you.